Good morning, future and fellow weirdos of the flock. How are you? Yesterday, we finished a book, and today, we are starting a new book. Don't ask me what it's about, because I have no fucking idea. So, if you want to find out what the fuck is going on, press like and subscribe. Oh, and I accidentally looked at these analytics yesterday, and apparently people don't watch very far. That's fine. My videos are only for special people anyways. If you don't feel like you're special, then you probably won't make it through my videos. But if you feel like you might be special, press like and subscribe, and let's find out what the fuck happens. And let's find out if you're tough. So, press like and subscribe. I'll test your toughness every day. So, I am Nikki K the Great. I am your super mental gymnastics trainer. No, that's a fucking lie. I'm your super awesome narrator, though, and I will be walking you through Das Bible. We have good time. So, come on in, leave your shoes on, stop right here, and grab some Keep Other People Alive juice. And take your medicine. Okay. I believe you. You took your medicine. All right. So, come in and pack a bowl. Bowl is right here. And then grab a cigarette and come on and so yeah, come on in, have a seat, pack a bowl, grab a cigarette, and then let's smoke it, read it, and drink it. We have good time. All right, are you ready? Are you ready? All right, the Book of Judges, chapter 1. Now, after the death of Josh, it came to pass that the vampires asked the Lord, saying, "Who shall go up for us against the Canaanites to fight against them?" And the Lord said, "Judah, behold, I have delivered the land into his hand." Okay, just real quick. All up until this point, they couldn't talk to God, but because Josh and Moses died, now they can talk to God. It was like, I don't know about this. No. Come on. Yeah, I know. Okay, so they couldn't talk to God until after. And Judah said unto Simeon his brother, "Come up with me into my lot, that we may fight against the Canaanites. And I likewise will go with you into your lot." So Simeon went with him, and Judah went up, and the Lord delivered the Canaanites and the Perizzites into their hand, and they slew them in Bezek 10,000 men. This fucking giant ass baby cat. And they found Adonai Bezek in Bezek, and they fought against him, and they slew the Canaanites and the Perizzites. But Adonai-Bezek, they pursued after him and caught him, cut off his thumbs and his great toes. So he can't grab anything and he has no balance. That is steady fucked up. You know what though? I had a cousin. He was fighting with this guy and they were getting arrested. But before they could get arrested, my cousin Gooch cut off his fingers. Sure did. Cut off his fingers. Oh, God. Yeah, that was something. Gathered their meat under my... Hold on. And Adonai-Bezek said, 70 kings having their thumbs and their great toes cut off gathered their meat under my table. As I have done, so God has requited me. And they brought him to Jerusalem, and there he died. Well, I bet he did. Probably something like sepsis, gangrene, all sorts of weird shit. What's that, baby? Okay. And Adonai-Bezek said, As I have done, God has requited me. And he brought him to die. Now, the children of Judah fought against Jerusalem and had taken it and smitten it with the edge of the sword. And they set the city on fire. And afterwards, the children of Judah went down to fight against the Canaanites. But, the Canaanites that dwelt in the mountain and in the south and in the valley. And Judah went against the Canaanites that dwelt in Hebron. I thought the Jews were already in Hebron, though, because they used to belong to the Anunnaki. But okay. But now the Canaanites are there. But okay. Now, the name of Hebron before was Kirjath Arba. And they slew Shishai and Ahiman and Talmai. And from there, he went against the inhabitants of Debir. And the name of Debir before was Kirjath. And Caleb said, one second, I'm going to kill this cat. Okay. Okay. And Caleb said, he that smites Kirjath and takes it, to him I will give Achsah, my daughter. We already read this part. And Othniel, son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother, took it and Caleb gave him Achsah, his daughter, to wife. And it came to pass when she came to him, she moved him to ask her father a field. And she lighted him up. And she got off her ass and told Caleb, "Hey, Dad." And he's like, "What you want?" She said, I want some water. I want springs of water. And Caleb gave her the upper springs and the nether springs. And the children of the Kenite Moses' father-in-law, went up out of the city of palm trees, with the children of Judah into the wilderness, which lies in the south of Arad. And they went and dwelt among the people. And Judah went with Simeon his brother, and they slew the Canaanites. They slew the Canaanites that inhabited Zephath, and utterly destroyed it. And the name of that city was called Hormah. Also, Judah took Gaza with the coast thereof, and Askelon with the coast, and Ekron with the coast. And the Lord was with Judah, and drove out the inhabitants of the mountain, but could not drive out the inhabitants of the valley, because they had chariots of iron. Fuck those guys. And they gave Hebron And they gave Hebron to Caleb, as Moses said, and expelled the 3 sons of Anak. And the children of Ben did not drive out the Jebusites, but the Jebusites dwell with the vampires in Jerusalem to this day. And the house of Joe, they also went up against Bethel, and the Lord was with them. And the house of Joe sent to describe Bethel. Now the name of that city before was Luz. Yeah. There was Luz, Put, Lud. And the spies saw a man come out of the city, and they said, "Listen, you need to tell us where the entrance to the city is, and we will show you mercy." And when he showed them the entrance, they smote the city with the edge of the sword. But they let the man go with his family. And the man went into the land of the Hittites, built a city, and called the name Luz. So it's a new Luz. Which is the name thereof unto this day. He's like, okay, you're going to destroy the Luz. Okay, I'm just going to make a new one. Neither did Manasseh drive out the inhabitants of Beth Shean and her towns, nor Taanach with her towns, nor the inhabitants of Dor and her towns, nor the inhabitants of Iblam and her towns. So now this isn't to name all the people that they haven't driven out of the towns that they're supposed to take over. Okay. Nor the inhabitants of Megiddo and her towns, but the Canaanites would dwell in that land. And it came to pass, when the vampires were strong, that they put the Canaanites to tribute and did not utterly drive them out. They're breaking the rules. Ephraim didn't drive out the Canaanites that dealt in Gettr, and Zebulun did not drive out the inhabitants of Kitron or Nahal. But the Canaanites were tributaries to Zebulun. Asher didn't drive out the inhabitants of Achu, Zidon, Ahilab, Aksib, Helba, Aphak, Rehob. Okay, and Naphtali didn't drive them out either. Didn't drive them out of Beth-Shemesh, Bethanath, and the Amorites forced the children of Dan into the mountains, for they would not suffer them to come down to the valley. But the Amorites would dwell in Mount Heres, Aijalon, and Shaalbim. Yet the hand of the house of Joseph prevailed, so they became tributaries. And the coast of the Amorites was from the going of Akrabim, from the rock upward. Okay. Oh, I keep forgetting to do stuff. All right, listen. We're going to pause right here. We're going to check our cats, water our plants, get a refill, repack the bowl, and smoke a cigarette, and we will be right back. You won't even know we were gone unless you have to go too. Hey, you're still here. You're tough enough to be here. If you didn't press like and subscribe, press like and subscribe because we are going on to chapter 2. Yeah, we're going to chapter 2. So, did you press like? Double check. Like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers on YouTube. I want to see what happens. My dad doesn't think I can. But I'm like, hey, already I'm at 85. I mean, what's 100? And he's like, you can't do it. It's like, I'm going to. And I'm trying to get to 40 on BitChute and 50 on Rumble. Because that would be so fucking fun, wouldn't it? Alright. So, let's get to doing the damn thing, right? Chapter 2. An angel of the Lord came from Gilgal to Bochim and said, I made you go out of Egypt and brought you to the land which I swore to your fathers. And I said, I will never break my covenant with you. Yes, you kept it right there. That should have been the end of it, big guy. Listen. That should have been the end of it. You kept your promise. I mean, you did. You did keep your promise. You kept it. You could have just left it right there. Whatever happens to them from this point on is like their fault. It's not your fault. I know I need to shut my fucking mouth, but let me read the story. Hindsight is 2020. And I know I'm just a dot in this world, but I got shit to say. All right. Yeah. That's it. Thank you for letting me say shit. But you did keep your promise. You could have just left it right there. Oh, there's a cat. Hi, cat. Come on. I know. Come on. I know. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Oh, you went the other way. Okay. Okay, so we're at God kept his promise, so he should just left it. Okay. And you shall make no league with the inhabitants of this land. You shall throw their altars down. But you have not. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. And an angel of the Lord came from Gilgal to Bochim and said, I made you come out of Egypt and have brought you to the land which I swore to your fathers. And I said, I will never break my covenant with you. You should have. Oh, well, I mean, you kept your promise. You don't have to do anymore. And you shall make no league with the inhabitants of this land. You shall throw down their altars, but you did not obey. Why? Why don't you listen? How hard is it to listen? I said one thing. You had one job. And you couldn't just do that one job. The one job. Kill the people. As good. It's easy job. You could did it. And you don't do it. There you fuckwad. Okay? I also said, I will not drive them from before you, but they shall be as thorns in your sides, and their gods shall be a snare unto you. Mm-hmm. And it came to pass, when the angel of the Lord spoke these words to all the vampires, that the people lifted up their voice and wept. Oh my God, we're in so much trouble. We're so sorry. Fuck these gays. Fuck these gays. And they called the name of that place Bochim, because it was already called that. But okay. And they sacrificed there unto the Lord. That's fucking cat. Hold on. Bochim, and they sacrificed. Okay. And when Joshua had let the people go, Joshua let the people go, the vampires went, every man into his inheritance to possess the land. And the people served the Lord all the days of, Josh. and all the days of the elders that outlived Josh, who had seen all the great works of the Lord that he did for Israel. Notice it says, we waited for the God guy to die. And then when the God guy died, it's praise Moloch. That's real life, though. And Joshua, the servant of the Lord, died, being 110. And they buried him in the border of his inheritance in Timnath-Hereh, and the Mount Ephraim on the north side of the hill Gaash. She's such a good baby. Okay, wait. Timnath. What is fucking happening? Okay. And all that generation were gathered to their fathers, and there rose another generation after them, who knew not the Lord or the works which he had done for Israel. Yeah, because they're not real Jews. That's not true. No, because even now, even at this point that we're reading right now, they are a mutt. They're not even all original people, even at this point. I'm convinced Jew means mutt. The mutt. I think that's when they start calling them mutts. Okay. And the children and the vampires did evil in the sight of the Lord and served Baalim. And they forsook the Lord. They forsook God, which brought them back from Egypt, and followed other gods, the gods of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked the Lord to anger. Get mad! You get pissed! Okay. And they forsook the Lord, and served Baal and Ashtaroth. And the anger of the Lord was hot against the vampires, and he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them, and he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so they could not any longer stand before their enemies. Whithersoever they went out, the hand of the Lord was against them for evil, as the Lord said, and as the Lord had sworn to them, that they were greatly distressed. Nevertheless, the Lord raised up judges, which delivered them out of the hand of those that spoiled them. And they would not hearken to their judges, but they went a-whoring after other gods, and they bowed themselves to them, and they turned quickly out of the way which their fathers walked in, obeying the commandments of the Lord. But there was only 10 of them. There's 10 commandments and 11 curses. And when the Lord raised them up judges, Then the Lord was with the judge and delivered them out of the hand of their enemies all the days of the judge. For it repented the Lord because of their groanings by reason of them that by reason of hold on. Okay. God raised them up a judge and delivered them out of the hand of their enemies all the days of the judge. For it repented the Lord because of their groanings by reason of them that oppressed them and vexed them. And it came to pass, when the judge was dead, that they returned and corrupted themselves more than their fathers, following other gods. I know, following other gods, to serve them and bow down. And they cease not from their own doings, nor from their stubborn way. And the anger of the Lord was hot against the vampires. And he said, because this people have transgressed my covenant, which I commanded, and have not hearkened to me, I also will not henceforth drive out any from before them of the nations which Joshua left when he died, that through them I may prove Israel whether they will keep the way of the Lord, or to walk therein as their fathers did, keep it or not. Therefore, the Lord left those nations without driving them out. Neither did he deliver them into the hand of Joshua. And we are going to pick up on chapter 3 tomorrow. This cat is insane. You can't even see her. She's down here. Raise your hand. Okay, well, no. Stop. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you. Keep your head down, your nose clean, your shoes tied. Don't get ready. Stay ready. Thank you. Love you. Bye.